What's up, everybody? We are live. This is HF Pod. I am RJ. I'm here with Megan and Brian. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hey.
See, we got one word answers today because we got to get started fast because we have to celebrate. We have to celebrate Dick's but the show's not at Dick's, so we're going to celebrate Dick's in the absentia of shows. So
wait, but you know
Brian,
what, RJ? I meant to tell you that I got a couple messages saying that they were a little sad that we rushed through our banter last episode. They're like, we just hope you're going to keep the banter part of HF Pod because we love it. So I'm just saying that,
I appreciate
the people
that.
are voicing that. Yeah.
I was going to say we weren't doing banter before I started talking to Brian about baseball, and then see how long we go. But how's everybody doing?
Did you see the schedule for next year?
I haven't looked in detail. I just got an email about it.
Cubs are going to be in Colorado in early June next year. Everything is changing. The whole schedule, the whole world is changing right now. I don't know what to make of it all.
That's exciting.
Pretty cool, though.
Yeah, it'll be nice. Right? Nice time of year. And I promised Wally last night that he won't have any camps that week. I will take those 3 days off because it's in the middle of the week, and we're going to go to each game.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're going this weekend. First time seeing these Cubbies in a while. It'll be good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because when's the last time you saw a game?
I guess last year when they were out here, but they were the last 3 or 4, 5, 6, I don't know, 7 times I've seen them. They've lost in Colorado.
No, yeah. Well, I saw them lose last week, but I have to say it was like unbelievable going to Wrigley. Like it was just amazing. Like walking in there. The vibes were incredible. And my daughter said to me, she's been to Yankee Stadium twice. And she said, I've never been to a completely full stadium before. And she was taking all these pictures of everybody in the blue. And we got Cubs hats and we had Chicago dogs. And the weather was like 78 and sunny. And we got to dance and sing to all the walk-on music. It was really awesome. It was such a special place. I'm really glad I got to go.
Truly an organization that used to be all about the vibe of the venue and nothing else. Things have changed, but that used to be what we were.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, in some ways, this is a vibe episode because there's a lot of vibes here. There's a lot of vibes at Dick's.
Yeah, so many vibes at Dick's.
I think, Brian, going a year without seeing your favorite baseball team is a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it. I'm excited to see him. I'm thinking about going Friday night. I found some really nice seats in the outfield. Wallace wants to see Pete Crow Armstrong up close, so I think we're going to go Friday as well. TBD on that. But yeah, it'll be great to see them, and hopefully they pull out a win. We lost last night in San Francisco. I really hate when my team plays in San Francisco because it comes on so late, even though that stadium rules. We swept the series this weekend in Anaheim. I saw you guys blew a late lead against the Mets last night. This is that time of year where, like, does it matter? Yes, these games do matter, big time.
I'm so pissed off because this reminds me of last season when, like, the Phillies are awesome until they play the Mets. And the fucking Mets, again, they win 2 in a row. The Mets have lost, like, they're like 1-30 in the last 31 games or something. And then they beat the Phillies twice in a row. And you're just like, what are we doing?
It sounds very annoying.
I cannot imagine being a Phillies player or a Braves player going into Queens. It sounds horrible. We don't like Brewers fans. We don't like Cardinals fans, but like we're at least respectable to them. I don't think that anyone from Queens is respectable to anyone from Philadelphia or Atlanta. It's too insane.
And everyone from Philly is rude to everyone, so we can't really talk about that. But we are celebrating.
I could say that's true after being at the shakedown at the Man. I 100% agree with that.
And people were surprised that, like, shakedown and a fish show in Philly was weird,
I was a little overwhelmed. It was not the place to take my 15-year-old daughter, but it's okay.
So if you guys don't know, Brian lives in Colorado, which is where Dick's Sporting Goods Park is. So once we start the draft, actually what this draft is it's just a venue for Brian to talk about every single Dick's show and his experience at them. And then to get mad at us for any show we pick because they are all important to him. So that's the layout of the show. This is a Brian episode, and it's for Brian to talk about Dick's Sporting Goods Park.
Hell
is that fair, Brian?
I mean, I'll take it to a certain degree. I think that Dick's is part of the fan base, you know?
Totally.
Fish took a huge risk in 2011. For anyone who was on Fantasy Tour at the time, they might remember a funny little video that appeared after Fish announced that they were playing their end of tour run at Dick's Sporting Goods, first ever Labor Day run that they'd ever played. They seem to be making a big deal out of this. Fish in a soccer stadium? What the hell is going on here? And someone made a video of driving on I-76 past all the oil refineries and through the streets of Commerce City, Colorado, that are not nearly as picturesque as most of Colorado, with, I think, Rocky Mountain High playing. And it was kind of a joke that like Fish was taking this weird venue run risk, and why did they care so much? This doesn't matter. And then they played there, and you could see it from the webcast. That first show, the S show, the vibes were sky high. It looked like a Dead show from the 80s, just like this massive field and just like people with flags and poles and all this sort of stuff. And, you know, over the course of the last 14 years, give or take a few, where they've, be it global pandemic or choice to play in Boulder for some reason over the 4th of July, they haven't played there. But the years that they have, even when it hasn't been great, which it hasn't been great in a couple of years, I have not told Megan which years it hasn't been great in, though, just hoping that she picks at least one show from those years.
I'm sure he will.
Probably. Even in the years that it hasn't been great, the vibes have been sky high because it's always ended the summer tour. People come out here. I have tons of friends who travel in town for it. It's a very, very fun routine, very fun rhythm of the year. It's on par with, I think at this point, only MSG New Year's Eve in terms of, you know, you can set your watch to it. But aside from the years that you can't, we'll call these the Miami New Year's Eve years.
Yeah, it's always reminded me of MSG, and that I'm feeling for you right now, because I feel like you're feeling the way that I would feel if they decide not to play MSG. So I totally sympathize with how you're feeling now. I mean, I've never been to Dick's, but it's so famous and it has such a lure about it. It's survived so many funny things. It's just like the site of the plague, and like it's like so famous for how big the lot is and how dusty it is. And all my friends that go always just have the best time. And for me, it's like a place that is always ruins my great vibes over the summer tour, because I'm always like thinking I saw the greatest shows, and then they go out Dick's and play like these killer shows that, you know, kind of like burst my bubble. But I love it too. I love like webcasting it. I can never go because it's far, and it's like I start school and I'm a teacher, and I love like webcasting it. I'm always kind of home starting those late shows. It kind of feels like the end of summer, and it's always just a fun tradition. So I'll miss webcasting it this year. And can I just say that we have 3 versions of songs from Dick's already on Mount Rushmore?
We do. You're absolutely right about that.
None of them are from you yet, though, Brian. We've got A Light from Me from 2012. We've got a 2017 No Men in No Man's Land from RJ, and a Sigma Oasis from me from 2024. Pretty exciting. Already 3. I don't know if there's another venue. Well, I guess there's a few. Maybe just 1 or 2 other venues that have that many showings on Mount Rushmore. I mean, just Magnolia? What do we have?
I don't know.
Well, we already have 3 from the Went, right?
Or the Went, yeah. Went and Magnolia?
4 from the Went, and we have 2 from Cypress.
That makes sense.
I would have to go through and check and see, because I'm just looking right now. We've got at least, I think, 1 or 2 MSG ones, but I'll go through that before our next draft, which is or our next Rushmore, which is next week, which is RJ.
You're giving me like a heart attack.
Well, can I just say something about that real quick?
Yeah.
About Rushmore. And I do want to say that I said at the beginning that me eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich while you guys were talking would not interfere with me talking, and it's We're really close.
I told you it was gonna sound like that. It's like you sound a little like throaty, like a little like
basically like
sticky.
every time Trey starts singing during a show after a jam. I'm like, dude, you can just drink like some water. It's totally fine.
Just have some water. It's fine.
I need to start listening to Ghost. I do have an idea of what I would pick. I maybe said this last time. I think I'd like know if I had to do it right now, I'd know what I would pick as my 4, but I'm interested to see if that changes after a listen. And I want everyone out there to vote so that we can have like a huge weigh in from the team out there, because this is going to be the most controversial Rushmore so far for sure, because there's at least 10 probably just looking at the list that could be maybe more.
This is a hard one. This is a hard one, I think.
So this is right there. This is right there with the disease one we did back in the spring, in the sense that my honorable mentions list is offensively large, and there's nothing that you're going to do about it, because like some of these are just like going to be in there. It's a really enjoyable one, because Ghost can kind of do a couple different things, and then there's these random versions that like does none of the things you expect it to do. And even when it does it has the move that where Ghost is going to go, it's still really satisfying.
Yeah,
I'm excited to get into it. So go to osarspod.com/Rushmore to vote. Okay, so we were talking about, I was doing some math today in school, and we were talking about the mean. And I want to know, and by the way, Forbin777 says that the RJ Beehive thrives on controversy. There's no scenario where I don't get told that I made the wrong choice. So, it's just like, I'm already ready for it. It's fine. Keep it coming. Okay, so go to osarispod.com/Rushmore to vote. We do have a bunch of people who've already voted, but we want you to vote so that we can, we can see where the community really lands on this. We were talking about math earlier and finding the mean. And I was thinking today, I'll tell you the premise of my question in a minute, but what do you guys think the mean fish.net rating is for dicks?
Oh, for all the dick shows?
Yeah.
I have a guess, just because I've looked at a lot of them. I would say it's probably like 4.2.
Oh, that's funny. That's exactly what I was going to pick. Well, to make it interesting, I'll go 3.9, because there are some clunkers, but
you should have just gone 4.2, because that was the right answer.
Oh my God! Hell yes! Wow, I did my research. Can you tell? So
the reason that I brought it up is, and this is going to be controversial, but that's what we do. That's what I do, at least. Do you guys think it maybe is a slightly overrated set of shows overall, because the vibes and the celebratory nature and the tradition and the gags and the everything that's happened at Dick's? Or do you think it's like, does 4.2 out of 5 represent the whole music of Dick's to you?
This is like when The Onion wrote an article that Pitchfork rates music like 7.6, just like in general.
Exactly.
No,
exactly.
I think you're right. I mean, I've seen every show there since 2017 plus 2012. And we may have to get into it at some point in time. There are a couple runs where like you really have to dig for the highlights. There's two in particular I went to that I was like, this does not feel like what this venue is. There were runs I've been to, I won't say them yet, but there are runs I've been through where like on a certain night, the stars completely align and you're like, this is what it feels like to be at Dick's Sporting Goods over Labor Day. And then the very next night you're like, who is this band, and do they even know what stage they're walking out on right now? So there's definitely some ups and downs. I don't think you're wrong at all. That's why I kind of adjusted it down to 3.9, because there was a time in the mid 2010s where the conversation around Dick's was, you go to Dick's for the party, not necessarily for the music. I think that has changed in recent years, in particular, based on how they've approached it. But no, I don't think that's unfair at all.
I think it's a pretty accurate rating. I think what I noticed when I was looking at them is that they tend to get higher and higher the closer it is to recent days. So I do think there's a recency bias in ratings on fish.net overall. And I think that these are rated really high, some of these, but listening back, I listened to 29 hours of Dick's highlights, which I don't even know how I did that, but I did. And there's so much just unbelievable music that comes out of Dick's, like absolutely unbelievable jams that are almost hard to rank because they are all so interesting and good. And what's cool about Dick's is that they were playing really great music in Dick's in early 3.0. And that's actually amazing. And to me, it really stands out in that way. And it was really fun for me. That's definitely a weak point of my listening. That was when I was kind of tuned out. And so it was really fun to go back and listen to all of that stuff again with a closer ear and realize how great the band sounds at some of these shows in early 3.0. So I think 4.2 is super accurate, actually. What do you think?
All right. I think it's a little high. I think there's not a single show ranked lower than a 3, which I think is probably accurate, but I think there are some shows. I guess I agree with what Brian was saying.
That Rain show.
There's the Rain. There's like the one set show is maybe the lowest. The Rain show. Yeah.
But that's I think there's 3.09 or something, right? Like it's still above 3. Yeah.
There's some. Yeah.
According to who ate the rest of their LSD that night and was like, boom, 5, 5, 5, 5.
Totally.
Oh my!
I think there are a few that are ranked like 4.5 that I'm like,
there's a lot of really high ranked shows.
Yeah, I think there are a couple that feel like a stretch, but we're gonna get into it because we're drafting them, so we'll see who chooses those overrated shows in just a second once we start.
It'd totally be me. It's so me.
I also just want to say before we start, last thing. Well, first of all, no, 2 things. Come see us next Friday the 5th in Philly and watch Reprise recreate 12/29/96 with Tom on the vocals, as he was at the original. The other thing is I want to start a petition to read.
I was at that show, by the way. Sorry.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to be at the Reprise.
I'm sad I can't working, so I can't be there. Sorry.
Finally, a 96 show that you can be proud of being at.
Yeah, exactly. There's not many. Actually, yeah.
You're not working at night, Megan. Come on. Not teaching night school.
Listen, I've even gone up to Westchester to see Reprise, but it's still like an hour and a half drive.
I know.
You've been like worried about me heading home from those. You can't send me to Philly on a work night. Come on.
I know. Well, it's a Friday. It doesn't matter.
Oh, it is.
So it depends how you look at it. But anyway, you get a pass. But other people who are listening don't. I would like to start a petition to rework the intro to Kill Devil Falls. So if anyone wants to like create a, however you do that, is it still change.org or something? We gotta get we gotta draft.
I don't think they have the funding anymore.
They don't. I guess that's probably outlawed at this point.
No, but this is a great idea for listener participation. Come on, people out there. I don't want to steal your thunder. You go. You announce a new contest.
Oh, what would it sound like if it was reworked?
Yeah, send us your reworked intro to Kill Devil Falls, and we will get it into the right hands. That's all that we can guarantee.
How cool would that be?
And whoever sends us the best one will vote on it. Everybody out there will vote. We will talk about it. We'll have a Kill Devil Falls intro episode. It'll be a celebratory thing, and you'll get a bunch of swag. We'll fly you out to a private island where you get to hang out with us and we get to listen to Kill Devil Falls jams on repeat. Like, it's going to be awesome stuff, guys.
Oh my God, this is so cool. We're just this is new. This is just happening live. This is thrilling. I'm so excited live about this.
Seriously, though, send us your Kill Devil Falls reworked intros. I want to hear them.
I do. I want to hear them too. That's a really good idea. If Amar's listening, he probably would just do it. But we need to hear from you. Actually, if you really are going to do this, go to osirispod.com/contact and send us an email with it, and we'll go from there. It's a good idea, really good idea. Okay. Also, we want your voicemails. We need to go, or we're going to keep talking about stuff.
Yeah, this is going to take a while too.
How do we do it?
All right. Megan won the last draft. Megan, pick a number between 1 and 6.
2.
RJ?
5.
And I'm going to pick 3. Closest without going over, okay?
Okay.
Megan's got the first pick.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
And then second pick's going to go to RJ. You picked 5. Yep. Let me keep. Okay. It's me. And then RJ gets the turn. I get the worst spot. This is perfect. Dick's draft, worst spot. All right, Meg. You are up. The show is yours. Take it away.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to get started and just go right away. And I can't believe that I'm getting the first pick. I woke up this morning at 4:28 in a cold sweat, freaking out about this draft. But we're in it. Here we go. So I'm picking 8, 31, 12, the Fuck Your Face show for my first pick. Because I think it's the best show they've ever played at Dick's.
It's bad pick. Not a good show, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to live with that. We are. Oh, by the way, we are drafting a Thursday show, a Friday show, a Saturday
Thank
show.
you.
Oh
Sunday
yeah,
show.
we should have told them.
All
Thank
good.
you, RJ.
A 3.0 wild card, a 4.0 wild card, and a jam wild card. So I don't think we're
Should
gonna
we share. Should we share the?
Nah.
No. Okay. Fine. You don't have to do
it's
that.
too much. It's too
We'll
much.
run through it. We'll run through it. Okay. All right. So Meg has picked 8, 31, 12. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
RJ.
I guess that's what we're doing. I guess we're doing this. I thought I was last. I thought I was the return.
Sure. It's my turn then. Okay. Cool. Awesome stuff. That's really cool. All right. Well,
were you at that show, Brian? Just kidding. I know you were.
What do I do now? It's kind of the big question, you know?
I know. I'm curious to see what you pick.
Yeah. This is, imagine me taking 12, 30, 19 tweezer in a draft. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Okay.
I don't know how I'm supposed to play these drafts if I'm not supposed to pick the good shows. Like I'm like supposed to just be like, I'll pick the bad shows. I did pick a bad Dick show in a draft. It's actually my biggest regret. Not a bad one, but I was scoffed at by both of you, and I realized that's one of my.
Which one did you pick?
I don't want to talk about it.
I know.
I know. RJ knows.
Which one was
ranked? Really highly ranked.
It's really highly ranked.
ranked.
All right, I'll tell you. I picked the Thank You show because I think it's very sentimental and sweet. And you guys were both like, oh.
The what show?
The Thank You Encore.
Oh, I mean that's a nice show.
And you both were like, your faces were like horrified, and I've never forgotten it. So that's why
it's a vibe show.
It's a vibe show for sure.
Dude asks, are you allowed to pick a jam wild card from a show you select in Thursday through Sunday? I didn't create this as a yeah. There's
I think
nothing,
so, right?
There's nothing to say you can't. Jams are their own thing. All right. So this is fun. So I'm between two paths right now because this, did a good job of throwing off my entire strategy. Thanks, Meg. So I'm trying to figure out if I should take, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take a show that is fantastic that everybody should know. I don't know if everybody does.
Oh.
I'm going Sunday night, and I'm going to 9/4/16, which ends what will probably be at this point, the third best run that the band has ever done at Dick's. Sunday night, 9/4/16. Very, very solid. Not crazy, but very solid first set with an awesome bathtub gin. Second set, though, I'm trying to pull this up right now. Sorry, I'm a little bit, just kind of torn all over the place right now. It feels like my heart's been ripped out from live television. 9/4/16. Okay, we got a killer Cross-Eyed and Painless.
Nice.
18 minutes. Nice segue into Steam. Goes into Piper, which does a little drum space thing. That's not the greatest, but also was like, hey, it's a 20-minute Piper, middle of the second set, right into an excellent version of Light, into Lizards and First Tube. Just outstanding stuff. This run kicked off a run of fish from here through MSG 18 that was pretty unparalleled in the 3.0 era. So if you're not familiar with this, I would highly encourage people to go and check it out because it is a pretty perfect show from start to finish. So yeah, 9-4-16. That is my pick Sunday night. RJ, you're up.
Wow.
Amazing pick.
Wow.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Shit. No, never mind. I was going to tell you what I was going to do, but then I can't because
you're doing it.
Because I don't think I'm going to do it, but I might do it. I gotta say, it is to me. It's hard to separate because of the point I made before about the kind of. I think a lot of these shows are ranked where they are because of one or maybe two gems, and I think that is the same for a lot of shows. But I'm having a hard time discerning between the show itself and the jam that I think makes the show, and we also have jam wildcard, so it's yeah,
that makes sense.
That makes it hard. I wonder if I can do this. Maybe I should just do it. Yeah,
probably should just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
There's really nothing else to do now,
Nothing left to do but smile, Brian.
Just picking shows that we like,
Yep.
Oh my God.
I forgot the list of Brian's favorite shows from Dix. I know that's most of them except for the one set 2023 show, but so this is hard. It's hard to navigate. I feel like I'm
so you're trying to not pick shows.
No. I was just joking because then it's all of them.
No.
It's not all of them. Definitely not all of them. It's not the one where they played Shade for those two fans in downtown Denver. I'll tell you that.
I might go for I think I'm just gonna let it all ride, like as if we're gonna double down. So I'm gonna do something that's gonna end up probably tanking my draft, but I don't even care because I feel like it. So I'm gonna do it. All right. So I'm gonna take for the Saturday show, I'm gonna take 9-1-12. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Because that's the right pick.
Yeah, totally.
It's the best Saturday show they played there. I mean, we can talk about it and we should, but I think it's a pretty well-known show. And
it's a great show.
It's a great show. And the light is just phenomenal.
Perfect.
Perfect. But I think what I'm gonna do with my second pick, because I have the turn, as they say, is
I don't get a double pick here.
You will.
You will next.
Because that's how a snake draft works. It starts with you and goes down and returns and it returns.
For some reason, I was thinking RJ was getting one and then I was getting two. Now I'm remembering how.
I mean, that's how it should be probably, but it's not.
That's not how a snake draft works. It's like the only thing,
No, I messed up my strategy.
I just want to say the 9-1-12 light is the only time I've ever felt like I watched Fish win the World Series. It was the final peak. Everyone's hands were it was unbelievable shit.
Incredible jam.
Fuck. Now shoot, for those people who don't like cursing. I am in the middle I'm in between two things. And I mean, do I just go with my heart or do I go with my strategic brain?
Go with your heart.
Go
with your heart, RJ.
Because you want to win. Brian, what's your suggestion? Heart or brain?
Well, it depends on
what it is.
Where your heart and your brain is. I would say at this point in time, one of us said, there's one show and then the rest of them, and as long as you have that one show, and so like if you don't have that one show, you can just pick whatever.
Yep, it's true. It's true.
I wonder who said that.
God, this is getting really entertaining already. I think I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna do a jam wild card. I'm gonna pick my favorite.
Oh, wow.
My favorite jam from Dick's.
Nice.
Of every jam at Dick's, which I think, Brian, you probably know what it is, but if you don't, you will when I say it. Because I've talked about this jam many times, and I think it's my favorite jam that they played there, and I think that's probably going to be argued about. Well, and people are going to send me notes, and Ryan Storm's going to text me and all that, and that's fine, because that's what we're here for, is to follow our hearts and our minds that are melded as one. So I'm gonna choose the 2013 8/31/13 Chalk Dust Torture, which is
nice.
I listened to it again and I was like, this jam is everything. It has like every single thing that you could want in a Fish jam. And in my 100th listen to it, I was like, this is amazing. It's multi-section, and Fishman is just amazing. There's wood blocks. There's there's every single thing you could imagine. It sounds like he has 10 arms the entire time. And it kicked off, maybe most importantly, it kicked off like an epic run of Chalk Dust Tortures at Dick's. So you got to give it credit for being the first, because, it counts. That's what I got.
Oh, I love that jam. It's so strong and muscular. It has that not fade away, stop and start vibes. So good.
I just have to put a slight asterisk into what you said, because everything else was correct. But the year prior, 8/31/12, which if you drafted it, you would know this. They play an outstanding Chalk Dust Torture, that's what kicks it off. But to your point,
yeah, I mean,
so much anticipation.
It's a good opinion.
It's fucking facts.
I trust
so
your
much
opinion.
hype that went into Dick's 2013, and then the first night, I think we could all argue. Well, maybe we don't have to argue this. Well, no, someone's already gotten a Friday night show, so they kind of overthought the gag. It was a little overthought. It was the type of gag I would think of probably and be like, guys, this is a great idea. And midway through, people are like, I don't know what the fuck the gag is right now. The tweets that night trying to guess what they were spelling backwards was hilarious. It was better than the show, actually. And then the next night, they play a 17-song first set. And then they come out, they play that Chalk Dust Torture you're referring to. And it was like, okay, this is Dick's. This is what happens in this venue. And the Fishman tray back and forth, It is some of the most hypnotic jamming I've ever heard from them. Unbelievable pick, RJ. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
My favorite thing about these drafts is how Brian is just gassing RJ up the whole time. He's just like, you're killing it, man. You're killing it. And then just gives me the hardest time. It's so funny.
Well, I don't think that's not how I feel. That's not how I feel. I feel like everyone's equally excited for everyone else. That's the way it really
feels
is.
like that.
I'm happy for everyone for doing what they want to do.
It's a free country.
Yeah, it's a free country. You can pick whatever you want. Okay, is it my turn now, or Meg?
I think that's how a snake draft works. Yeah.
Do you go now? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I got to get a little bit serious here, because I only come around. I'm like Haley's Comet. I come around once a century at this point in time. So I have a couple rules in life, and one of them is, even if Brian Eno releases 17 albums in a year, you listen to them all. Another one is, I don't know what the other rule is. I do know that one of my rules is, if Ev Dude gives some advice, you take that advice. We've never met IRL, but I can just tell he's a dude that when you're hanging out, he's always going to have good ideas about what to put on. Justin Bruce with Brian's about to draft a 1980s Dick show. I would if I could. You know that, Justin.
It's so true.
But Ev Dude here has a great comment, great idea. And it's what I'm going to do next here, because I have one pick for the next century. I am going Friday night. I am going to the second best show I've seen at Dick's Sporting Goods. I am not Dick's Sporting Goods, Dick's Sporting Goods Park. I've never seen a concert at Dick's Sporting Goods, although I wouldn't turn it down. I'm going 8:30, 2024. This was my 99th Fish Show. First set, even though it contains a Hey Stranger, is still a really solid set. Solid type 1.5 Wolfmans. A Gula is my first Gula since 2010, I want to say 8/13, 2010. Really cool Nomens. I took a walk during Steam because I'm not a huge Steam fan, and I had to stop at the back end of the venue and just like watch because like the stage was like elevated. It was so cool. Really nice Evolve. And then the second set, they come out and they play Chalk Dust Sand, Ruby Waves in an hour of just outstanding music. The only slight knock on that set was that my good friend Sam Timberg turned to me at 22 minutes in the Chalk Dust Torture and said, "Have we ever gotten a 30-minute jam at Dick's?"
No.
And I gave him a look and he said, we're not going to get a 30-minute jam now, are we? And we didn't. We got 27 minutes. It was still very, very awesome. The sand is like the most in the pocket, in sand, but like quiet and contemplative. And they're like listening so intently at each other. And then the Ruby Waves goes into like Gaiudi territory. It's super weird, super wild. And then to knock it off, you get a 27-minute long You Enjoy Myself with a legitimate jam in the encore. I was so happy. I was just like, I was on cloud nine. It was the best. So 8:30, 2024. That is my pick for Friday night at Dick's. If you can't get what you want, you might as well, go home, I guess, with the ugly stepsister is what they say. So,
Hardly. That show is like the reason why I was sad about Mondegreen. So like that show is so killer. I mean, this set too is like a total masterpiece. It's perfect.
It does have a possum midway through the second set. So I don't know if I would say perfect, but
okay.
Maybe RJ would.
Yeah, he probably would think that's perfect.
Can't even come
he's just gonna stay muted. He doesn't even want to comment on it. And you're not even eating your peanut butter and jelly.
Nope, I'm done. I'm just here for the Brinkman rants. That's it.
Who spends 30 minutes eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Nobody. I finished ages ago. I don't know
exactly.
Ew.
It's like a 2-minute eat.
Definitely need a lot of water though with that for sure.
Can you go? It's your turn now.
You have 2 turns.
Yeah, I can go because I know exactly what I'm going to do.
Great. We're all happy. Tell us what you're going to do.
I'm sure you won't like these choices, but I'm going to go anyway. I'm going to make one choice that I'm really excited about. And I'm going to make a strategy choice second.
Good.
I'll think about the second one. Maybe I'll switch it up. My first choice, I'm going to choose. Oh, shoot. Actually, I just realized I can't do that because I already have a.
Because I already have a Friday show.
Okay. I know what I'm going to do then. I am going to. Has RJ picked a Friday show?
Nope.
Okay. So I think I'm going to switch it up a little bit here. And I'm going to do my 3.0 wildcard pick. And I'm going to pick 9-1-17 as my 3.0 wildcard pick. We've got an opening type 2 Blaze On, 15 minutes, wild energy in the show. It's also got really great patience and space. I think the second set, though, is absolutely perfect. This No Man in No Man's Land, it's on our Mount Rushmore. It's definitely in the top 3 favorite jams I've ever heard from Dick's. I think this No Man's is just absolutely incredible. Carini, Ghost, Hood, Cavern, like, come on. It's amazing. I love the show.
Yep, that's why I put it on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
But good job.
I don't know if that made my Rushmore, but
nice
job. It didn't make yours? It made the officials. It didn't make yours, Brian?
It made the official. I don't know if it made no. I think it might have fallen off. I think
you're not really a fan of that jam.
Well, I like it, but there are others from Dick's I like more.
Fair.
So that so Megan, with that first pick, you took the best show from the one night that I wasn't choosing, which I think is good in terms of showing that you are so cutthroat about this draft that you want me to have one less great show. And I think everybody knows, everybody who votes for Meg knows that it's a vote for, everybody knows what they're voting for. That's all I'm saying.
It's a vote for Machiavellian politics. Let's just say that.
It's a vote for thoughtful, considerate strategy. For me, these jams or these drafts.
Kind of felt like that pick came because you forgot you picked a Friday show.
I did.
And then just threw it in there. This is not like weeks of strategy. This is like, oh shit. Oh.
But
I can do
Brian,
that.
to be fair, I did know that I wanted that jam. And if I didn't get it in Friday, that I wanted to try to get it in my 3.0 wild card. So yes and no, but was a little bit like, oh, I kind of forgot I already had a Friday jam for sure.
It's okay. It's the 5th best Friday show that has been played. So I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I think some people like this show, but including me.
Well,
RJ, you like it?
Well, yeah. Do you want to take? Let's see. I haven't chosen Sunday or Friday. If you want to take your 4.0 wild card, just to get that off the table. With that.
No, actually, I'm gonna play a strategy move right now. I think here because there's one category that's super weak, obviously, which is the Thursday category, and there's only 3 shows you can pick from, and so I think that I want to pick the strongest show out of that list. So I'm picking 8, 29, 24, and this show, this is a pretty weak category, which I mean, maybe speaks to they shouldn't play Thursday shows at Dick's. Brian, I don't know if you have thoughts about that, but it seems like these shows haven't been super strong. But I do think this show, the first 45 minutes of this show is killer. I think we've got like a Cities opener, Down with Disease, Ether Edge, got a great Ocelot, and 2 really great jams in the second set, Sigma and Pillow Jets.
A lot of interesting takes in there. Which one would you like me to address first?
Brian, you can have your pick and you can address anything that you'd like to tell me that's wrong about what I've chosen today in this draft.
I would agree with you. They should stop the Thursday night thing. It's too much. And last year it was very clear. It was extremely undersold, which was nice because they still insist upon making the venue completely GA, which means you have to get in at doors to hold your spots. And then you have to fight off all of these cavernous wooks, cannibalistic wooks, if you will, who just, want to spend, all their time out in the lot, huffing balloons. And then they come in and are like, hey, are those like 6 seats that 5 people are sitting in? Are they open for us?
Yeah.
And then they yell at you when you're like, no, man, like my friend's just at the bathroom. Like, what do you want from me? But yeah, I don't think that they should do the Thursday night thing anymore. It's just too much. And it's clear that like the demand isn't there. It's an interesting, there are definitely 2 great shows on Thursday. There's one show I would not want to have, which is why I will not go this next round, leaving that as a potential. So I'm going to have to make a strategy move because you kind of boxed us in here with this one. I think it's an interesting take that last year's Thursday was the best show, seen as 8:31:23 starts with a 20-minute Carini dedicated to Frenchie. Nice little Blazon. Solid little Caspian in the middle of the first set. We Are Come to Outlive Our Brains, which it might be an unpopular opinion on this podcast, but I think it's an absolutely phenomenal jam. Huge Ruby Waves, weird spot like towards the end of the first set. Big 23-minute tweezer into a really nice little Beneath the Sea of Stars into Oblivion. Light into Slave to the Traffic Light. A light jam that is fantastic. So I'm just going to hold down Thursday night here. I feel like I'm playing super defensive right now because, I just should have seen the move from the start, but hey, this is where we're at. 8/31/2023. At least I don't have to have a 2022 show on my board. There's a win right there.
It's a weak category. You got to go early with this.
I do want to just shout out Ed, who in response to Meg, great Ocelot is the case for a show. I will defend you here, Meg, because I'm a huge Ocelot stan. It's one of my worst fish opinions, but I will die on a hill that it is a phenomenal fish song. But it's a strange justification for you picking your show. I'll tell you.
It was one comment, which first of all, I think played in the first set at a outdoor show is absolutely killer. And that wasn't my only defense for picking that show. You missed everything else I said, I guess.
Okay.
Even the chat is turning on me. This is killing me.
I mean,
no one's
this is what happens, you know.
Brian, the only reason I'm disappointed that you picked that is because I think it's the only Dick's show that I listened to that I thought was way, way, way underrated. It's rated as a 3.8 on Fishnet. And by the way, with your new part-time volunteer gig, congratulations on making the Jam Chart team. I was asked, I declined, but I'm glad that you accepted. But the tweezer,
huge.
The tweezer is not even jam charted, and it's awesome. And the Ruby Waves that has all the 23 and 24 shows have these just super textured multi kind of segment jams, but I think that's a really good show. I think it's really underrated, and I don't know why,
the tweezer jam is just kind of like a very standard tweezer bliss jam. It doesn't really do anything else. It's fine, but I'm just saying that, you know.
I just thought last time I checked, we all loved tweezer jams, especially long ones that were awesome. But I'm not in charge of jam charts.
Post peak jamming beyond the bliss. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just heard bliss and post peak jamming, but my ears don't work. I've been told by Ryan Storm I don't re-listen to jams with intentionality. So maybe Meg is saying the same thing right now.
I'm definitely not. Do not put those words in my mouth. That's so unfair.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I'm just taking your
comment. The same way that you didn't like the No Men's from 9/1/17. I didn't love this tweezer. I think that's fair.
I like the No Men's from 9/1/17. I think that the notion that it is the second or third best Dick's Jam ever played is a little bit insane of a comment to make. But hey, that's not me.
I just want to say that I think that by default, and Brian, you can communicate this or not to the Jam Chart team. If there's a 22-minute tweezer, I don't care if 16 minutes of it is them doing something they've done before. It should be on the Jam Chart. 22 minutes is just unless it's 7 minutes of encore at the end.
A comment that Charlie made that I thought was really, really insightful, and I thought was fantastic was that they weigh these songs differently. Like a tweezer has an extremely high bar, so you can have instances where just spitballing here, the 12/30/19 tweezer has 7 of the best minutes of fish jamming ever, and then 29 minutes that nobody really needs to hear again. And so those 7 minutes should be jam charted, so the version should be jam charted for that. The rest of it's kind of but what I think needs to happen is that there needs to be an audit of backlogged tweezers from 94, 93 that were 14 minutes of life.
Ev Dude said that everyone wins with Thursday's selection so far, and that's true, except I haven't picked yet because there's only one left. So that is where that comment is going to change.
So far,
it's true. It's true. I'm just going to do a quick sports analogy here.
Please.
I'm sure, Brian, that you're familiar with the process, and that's where I feel like I am right now. We're entering the process. For those who don't know, the Sixers in 2013, 2014, they traded their best player and a bunch of other veterans in favor of draft picks, and the idea was to lose enough games to earn the highest possible picks. They went 10-72 in 2015, and then they got Joel Embiid, and that's why his nickname is The Process. because they tanked everything just to try to get Embiid, and it worked. And I feel like my position now in this draft is that I could do anything. I could literally pick anything because I'm already done.
That's
And I'm hoping I was trying to figure out a way to like tank on purpose for some later reward, but I don't think that exists. I don't think like
the reward doesn't exist.
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No.
Well, I can tell you we're never doing an MSG draft now, so that's off the table.
How come?
I mean, like
you won. You're winning this one, so you got your win.
That's not true.
At Dick's,
we don't know.
You don't get an MSG draft now. You didn't know what the consequences would be, but that's it. We're never ever. This podcast will never ever do an MSG draft. Now, can we do a man draft? Can we do a spectrum draft? Can we do a Philly fish draft? Probably.
There we go.
You see what they do to me? They set me up, and then they just want to tear me down.
I didn't set you up. I tried to warn you for weeks in advance. I said there's like one off-limit show here to pick.
You did not. You never said that. You said I have a list of shows that I will send you that you can't pick, and I was like, okay. And I said, I think if you don't get one show, it's really hard to win this. And you were like, what show? And I was like, I'm not going to tell you because I know that you know. And you never said, that's my show, don't pick it. And even if you did, I just don't think that's how these drafts are played.
Yeah, Alpine draft.
We're going to do an Alpine draft to celebrate Midwest fish as well. We're going to do a Philly draft here pretty soon.
I'm gonna lose the next draft on purpose.
We might even do a Jones Beach draft just to do the area around.
Megan, it might be horrible. It might be the case that you couldn't even lose if you tried. If you tried to throw it, you just win anyway.
No, it's not true.
I'm gonna I'll just pick that with my next two picks. Can I use 2 picks to pick that Sunday show from 23, the one set rain show? Can I do that on both my 4.0 wild card and my Sunday show?
I need to call into the commissioner's
you can only get it once.
All right. So we're back. We're so back.
The Foreman Ken Burns style narration of our draft.
It's killing me.
Yeah.
Just like we're all like, there's like images and there's explosions and there's this and that happening. And then you just hear, Peter Coyote's serious triangulation happening. Pretty standard for the draft.
It's pretty serious.
Good.
I think I'm gonna go. I guess I'm just gonna do this. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm so I didn't know that, whatever. Never mind. I'm not gonna do that. Okay. I'm gonna go with my Friday show. Did I already pick a Friday show? No. Okay, nope. Good. I'm the only one left.
You have a Saturday show and a Jam Wild Card pick so far.
Oh, I could take a good Sunday show from Megan, which I should probably do that first.
I think that would be a really good pick right now because Sunday, there's a lot of good Sunday show options here. I counted up 6 shows that are really, really worthwhile picking.
I probably won't pick any of those, so it's good for you to go and pick one. A bad one that I would pick that Brian can disagree with.
I'll just do it because I just listened to it today, and this has, I think, maybe after my wildcard jam, which again, I hope that the people voting noted that I did that as a way to just be awesome and just go right out of the gate to get my favorite jam, and that should earn me many points.
That is awesome.
I guess for my Sunday show, I'm going to take 9 to 12 because, I mean, that sand is just fucking phenomenal. I mean, there's nothing, there's just, it's kind of amazing. When I was listening to it today, I couldn't believe that it was still going like after a while. It was like, is this really that long? That little like ambient loop thing, which I know. It was like burned into my mind, like I've heard it so many times. Yeah.
So good.
But then it just keeps going. And it's a huge.
Oh my God. It just like slowly creeped. And they didn't do that then. They didn't do that at all. When it was happening, people were like collectively losing their minds.
And a really, really good hood to close the 6-song second set. I think that second set's great. The first set is totally fine, but It's all about the second set. It's all about the sand. So I'm going to do
incredible
that as
Ghost and Piper with like interweaving Trey and Paige, and then it goes really nicely into Lizards. Oh my god, that's killer stuff, man.
The Sand Ghost Piper is quite a powerful combo.
And to like end the run that way, like it's just, I don't know, it was exciting. Trey's talking about not wanting to go home. It's really sweet.
Yeah. RJ having two, this is funny. I didn't get a single 2012 Dick show. RJ having two of them is pretty impressive stuff. Well done. The dirty secret though is like, if you don't have the light on Saturday and the third quarter on Sunday, Dick's 2012 is not Dick's 2012. You can have the fuck your face show. 2017 is a very, very good start to the overall run, and then it kind of peters out. That happens. That's happened in other weekends as well. So very good pick there.
Thanks. Thank you so much, Brian. That means a lot. And you know what? Just while we're at it, I'll just pick another one because it's my turn still.
Nice.
I think this show. I'm gonna do my 4.0 wild card while I'm here.
Okay.
I think this show is a little bit wacky in terms of like the set list, the jams that come out of it. The jams that develop are not the songs that I would prefer to hear jams out of, but I think this show itself is pretty phenomenal. So we're gonna stay here in the era that we live in, and at least in 4.0. I'm gonna take 9-23 as my 4.0 wild card.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why if you want to know.
Yeah, please do. I really want to know.
Okay.
So first of all, you have like a jammed out fluff head to open a first set, which is just. I mean, we saw that. You saw that one in where was that San Diego Fall 21?
I saw San Diego, Alpine, and Dick's. All jammed out versions.
All jammed out versions. I mean, I think when a show starts like that, it's just like it sets the tone. It's wild. I mean, the rest of that first set is fine, but the whole second set with the AC/DC bag, which is an awesome jam that goes into a Chalk Dust Torture that is for some reason not jammed at Dick's, and then you go into like Ether Edge, and then a 46 Days Howling Piper closer. Like not where I would put my. Those aren't the songs I would choose. But when
me either.
Yeah. But like smooth 46 Days out of Ether Edge, and I mean they always play 46 Days there, but like this is just that's an awesome fourth quarter. You guys know how I feel about fourth quarters. This tour summer 2025 had fourth quarters that I thought were kind of inconsistent, but this 46 Days Howling Piper, like that's how you finish a show. But that AC/DC bag to start, and then these three songs to finish. So that's what I'm gonna do.
RJ loving a 46 Days is like a real turn of events.
This is really wild.
Yeah.
Well, this is what happens when you've already lost. You can just try anything,
Yeah, but I love this show. I think this show is
a really good show.
The flow in set one is awesome. Like, and there are a few things that stretch out. You have like the Wave of Hope that like stretches out a little bit. It's got like a nice little peak. The Ghost has like a big build, has like a big monster sound. I think this show has got like a lot of stuff in it. And this jams in set two are good. They're not like really long, but they're good jams.
I've grown to enjoy the show. I did not love it in the moment. I don't necessarily agree with the flow. I think it works on
in set one, really?
Yeah, I think it works on re-listen and scattered. Like it pops up on like a jam, like the Dick's playlist we were listening to. If one of these jams would pop up, I would be like, wait, this was at this show? Holy shit. There's a video of me reacting to the start of the Howling, and then 10 minutes later, dancing to the Howling because it was still going, and it was in this like weird key that I'd never heard them play in. And Trey starts singing the Howling over it, and it sounds like late 90s rave, just like awesomeness.
Yeah.
It's an interesting pick. It is definitely the kind of pick you would do when you were trying to tank your own draft in a good way. It's like picking Nikola Jokic 45th in the 2014 draft, and then, oh my God, Nikola Jokic is the best player in the NBA.
You never know
what the hell happened here. Plus a 6-song encore. I remember we were at the start of every song, our group was like, all right, everyone get your stuff together. We're going to get out of here once this is over. And then they would start another song. And then they would do another song. It was wild stuff. Cool show. I was at that show. Fun stuff.
I know you were. Okay.
All right. So let's do a recap for everyone here, okay?
Okay.
All right. So Megan has for Thursday, 8/29/24. She sat out a Friday pick, and she has picked 9/1/17 in her 3.0 wild card. I have 8/31/23 for Thursday, 8/30/24 for Friday, and 9/4/16 for Sunday. And RJ has 9/1/12 for Saturday, 9/2/12 for Sunday, 9/2/23. If RJ gets all the 9/2 shows, it will be a really special thing. And 8/31/13 Chalk Dust Torture for his Jam wild card. I've got one pick here, and I think I need to kind of fuck things up a little bit. I did not expect you guys to be as active as you are in the wild card area. So I applaud you both for messing around here in this spot. What should I do? I'm between two shows right now that I'm thinking, because I got my Thursday. Saturday, I feel as though I've got a couple picks I can fall back on if all falls apart here. I think I'm going to add to, this is a show, this is a heavy show. I'm going to throw in 8/31/18 for my 3.0 wild card.
Nice.
They canceled Curveball because the people of Watkins Glen don't have any idea how to manage water. And apparently there are rumors that Fish is going to be back, which I don't know why they would do that. There was this 2-week period where everyone was mourning the loss of Fish shows. And people were really sad, understandably so. I mean, I had friends who were literally 3 cars back of the entrance and they were turned away. People that were camped out already and had to get up and get out of there. Really, really rough stuff. RJ, you were on your way to there at that point in time. And then all the attention turned to Dick's. And what are they going to do? And it was honestly, if you were there, if you remember this whole sentiment around this period of Fish history, it was the closest thing I think anyone felt to Coventry 15 years later, where you really got this sense that Fish shows, because at that point in time, aside from the rain out rescheduling in Toronto in 2013, no shows had been canceled. Tours were going off without a hitch. There was no no health issues. Everything was just going well. Sometimes the music was up, sometimes it was down, but Fish they toured, they just kept going. And suddenly holy shit, a whole festival can be canceled. It was a shocking moment. And, I remember walking into the show. There were people crying. There were people hugging each other, and they came out and they opened up with Free, which was the perfect song to open with. Lyrically, it just hit at, this kind of sentiment people were feeling, this release people needed going into that run. And then they played Harry Hood. It was the second time I've ever cried at a Fish show. And people were hugging each other. It was an amazing moment. Then What's the Use? And then you get this incredible, a great little blaze on, but an incredible Ghost and Cross-Eyed in a Simple, and then Cavern. And the second set, you get a nice little 13-minute No Man, a huge Carini where Trey is just slaying curveball demons. Nice little Mercury, and an amazing Light that is as close as the band has come to playing the 8/31/12 Undermine again. Not even a Martian Monster Julius encore could ruin this show. I was so into this show when it happened. It was very heavy though. I remember friend of the pod, Steve Hayden, texted me after this run. He listened to this show and he was like, "This show sounds like the band is playing their own Wake." It was just, it had that vibe to it. The summer 2018 sound doesn't translate as well now. Trey's guitar is a little grungy, and there was a lot of Leslie stuff going on. But when they locked in, like they locked in really well. And this show is one of them. And if you go on fish.net, the picture is of the band walking down the steps, which you can see our section. And it's just one of my favorite things about Dick's is if you're on page side, you can see the band descending the steps before they come on stage, before the lights turn out, before anyone else knows that they're playing there. And it's just a really special image. So 8/31/18, that is my 3.0 wildcard show.
Killer pick. I love that show. It was so emotional.
Very, very. Meg, you got 2 picks now.
I got 2. Okay. Okay. I'm going to pick a show that I love, and I don't know if it's
finally.
It's wow, Brinkman. No, I say that because I don't know if it's like one of these times when Fish wasn't good at Dick's and you're going to come back at me, but I love this show. I think it's awesome. I'm picking for Sunday. I'm picking 9 for 2011. I think this show rules. It has the first Maze opener in over 500 shows, really strong back on the train, big gin and chalk dust jams in set 1. But set 2, I think this is just a killer opener to open with rock and roll and then go into a huge come together bust out. Like that, it's so cool. Twist has lowrider teases in it. The Piper, though, in this show is one of my favorite jams from Dick. I absolutely love this Piper. Like, it's just great. And then it has Ghost with Guy Forget bust out in the middle, back into Ghost. Love this show.
Yeah, the faux Roadrunner jamming and Piper into the storage jamming. Huge moment. This was I remember webcasting the show and deciding we were going to do Dick's 2012 right as the show.
Really? Oh, that's killer.
We're like, this just looks like too much fun. Let's we're 2 hours from Denver. Let's get there. Yeah, the whole 2011 run is super underrated now. But I don't think without the energy of each of those 3 shows, I don't think people are talking about Dick's because I don't think they're going back there as much as they did after. Like 2012 set the bar very high, but 2011 was very, very special.
Okay. So now I'm trying to decide. Let me see what you guys have for.
Sunday has been closed, by the way. We've got 9/4/11, 9/4/16, and 9/2/12. You got to try really hard to do better than those 3 shows there on a single date. That's some good stuff.
Good stuff there. So Brian and I have not picked for Saturday. And I still need to pick for 4.0 wildcard 2. I feel like okay about that.
Megan, could you take 9/1/22 as your 3.0 wildcard, and then I just won't have a Thursday show?
Sorry, can't do that. I'm trying to decide here. Let's see.
She really likes the Ocelot from that show, though.
Yeah, exactly. And if it has an Ocelot, I'm sold. Let's see. Okay, so let me look at this here. Oh wait, you've already chosen that, right? Oh boy. Okay, I'm trying to decide if I want to go for my 4.0 wild card or choose a jam or a Saturday.
It would be great if Meg picked a show we've already picked and demanded that she could steal it from us.
I actually am a little unsure. I have to look back and see for one of these if you've already picked it. I've been trying to keep track of it, but sometimes I may have gotten a little distracted. Okay. I think, let's see here. Okay, I think I'm going to choose for my 4.0 wild card. Let me just make sure this is what I want to do. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to choose from our 4.0 wild card. I'm going to go with 9-1-24. We have a dog log bust out in set 1. We've got, this is the my friend. This was the longest one at this time. We've got a really strong life-saving gun to end the first set. I think set 2 has a little bit of lack of flow, but I feel like it must have felt like a big celebration in the venue. Like, I feel like the encore was just like perfect. There was this joy explosion. And I think this was a perfect example of what they could have done on Mondegreen day 4 that would have worked. Like bust outs and a monster jam. It kind of saves a decent show from feeling average. And I think they could have done that at Mondegreen day 4.
I do like that you noted the longest my friend for all of 4 months.
Exactly. Only for a few minutes. Okay.
Yeah, this was a great show. Really loved the first set. Set Yourself Free is super wild, super dark, super wild. Talk about a tweezer that doesn't deserve to be jam charted and is not as a result right afterwards. But Caspian's Set Yourself Free tweezer light, you would think that that is a power hour on par with the previous 2 nights, but it's just not.
Yeah.
Set Yourself Free is great. And then Trey was just like, hey, just let me play some Love and Light songs. So I'm glad that you got this for your 4.0 wild card.
Thanks.
It works.
Brian, what do you got left? You have your jam wild card, your 4.0 wild card, and your Saturday show, right?
Yeah, that's what I have left. You're absolutely right about that, RJ. So I'm next, aren't I? Meg, you have anything else you want to say about 9-1-24? I don't know. I mean, there's a 8-minute runaway gym.
I think I'm good, Brian. I'm curious to see where you're going next.
All right. So I have to do a Saturday, a 4.0 wild card, and a jam wild card. Let me just check out my list really quick here to see how things are going.
Did you get
Yes.
Okay, you did take that.
I did take that. Yep.
Oh, I'm talking to myself. I'm sorry. I'm just keeping up. I lost a little bit of a notes here and it kind of threw me off. Okay.
It's great podcasting.
Yeah, thanks.
You know what, man? I think I can hold off on Saturday. I have enough options here. I'm going to go with my 4.0 wild card.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with a show that is very, very near and dear to my heart.
Oh, good.
Finally.
I honestly can't believe that the show dropped this far in the draft. This is like when you get to pick, a pretty sick quarterback in like the 4th or 5th round, because everyone else was playing chess and you're playing checkers. This is a show that RJ was at. This is a show that we did a live broadcast from the lot at Dick's prior to it. We had some music. We had some great interviews with noted Jam Chart members. We chatted. We had the whole crew there. We had a big old crew. We had a big group out in front of us. We had Shift Cannabis hanging out with us. They set up everything. They did all the tech. And then we got into the show. End of a nice weekend. Fish had played a really solid gorge run, an awesome shoreline run, and to that point in time, a very respectable, solid Dick's run. Friday night had a killer Carini, a really good chalk dust. Saturday night had an amazing Everything's Right. You can take notes if you need any further jams, Meg, to pick out for your final pick. But Sunday night is really where everything came together. This show Some could call it a vibe show. Some could also call it a Sunday show. It's got both feelings going on here. You've got a nice little McGrutt bust out in the first set. We've got the first ever Sigma Oasis jam. We've got the return of All These Dreams. I don't even know the last time that this was played, and I don't know if anybody's asking for it. I know I'm going to get a comment here from Ed at this point in time. First in 4 years, 83 shows at that point in time. I'm here for every round room track coming out. We got a Reba and Jin closing out the first set. Really cool, disjointed second set with Set Your Soul Free, just wild jamming. But the whole second set revolves around the simple catapult, simple meat stick segment that features some of the weirdest gooey effects that we have ever heard from the band. So much so that like they had to play catapult, just had to. There was no way around playing catapult with that groove. And then we get a nice little Ruby Waves jam, only 11 minutes, but solid. We get, I think, the second Bliss all time. They haven't played it since then. And then nice little Most Events Aren't Planned, Harry Hood. And then always for RJ, he's in attendance, so they get a more. This is one of those shows that like, there's not one, aside from the simple catapult meat stick, which is an interesting thing because it's 3 songs, and some people would say, oh, those 3 songs, they don't work together as one jam, even though there's literally no comma or breath taken. It's just music being played and new lyrics, but still the same music being played. There's not like a tent pole like you would have in some of these other shows, but it's about the whole thing. And sometimes those types of fish shows are super fun to attend and super fun to listen back to. So 9-5-21, which closes out our 4.0 wildcard section. We've got 9-1-24 from Meg, which has an interesting fourth quarter. 9-5-21 from me, and 9-2-23 from RJ, which is a fascinating pick in and of itself.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah,
dude. Oh my God. I love it.
And we got a comment from Ed that since you asked, All of These Dreams was last played on 4/17/23. Thank you.
Yes.
Actually.
I will say that's one of my favorite catapults ever. It's so sick because they have like what they're playing underneath it is just so awesome. I love that catapult. Still never heard it.
Great catapult. Great catapult.
Good 4.0 wildcard category choices here. And even it shows that even if it's not Brian Brinkman's favorite show, it can still be a good show. And that's
a good point. Look at that. It's
something that nobody knew until today, but that's why we are the lifelong learners here on the podcast.
We got a great comment here from, we have to shout out our listeners when they make good comments. Incredible Perp, 9-1-24, that jammed out Tweezer reprise was bonkers. It's shocking that people don't talk about that jammed out Tweezer reprise more now, even that they did it like 6 times in the last Fish show. But yeah, that was a super fun way to close out that show.
Yeah.
All right.
Despite the fourth
RJ still has Thursday, Friday, and 3.0 wildcard.
Let's just go with the 3.0 wildcard. I'm going to go with just a great show that's been selected in other drafts, and just sentimental, feel good. It's a vibe show. And I actually was thinking about it today, and I think everyone loves this show because it's like the only time that Fish has ever been like, not the only time, but it's like Fish thanks their fans, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, that was the best day of my life." And like, they've been fucking fans been going traveling, following you around for 36 years. They should have said thank you more than once, but they did it that one time, and everyone loved it. 9-6-15. This is. The
irony of you drafting this after scoffing at me drafting it in another draft is just like you can't make this shit up.
It's not. It's called strategery, not irony.
Strategery. I'm thinking the reason ironic, he scoffed at you was because I think you picked it as like your first or second pick.
I did. I don't want to. That's why I didn't want to talk about it, Brian. It's too embarrassing.
No, we're good.
Too embarrassing. I don't want to talk about it.
It's worth it. It's worthy.
Probably won that draft still.
I didn't. I totally lost it. And I was like crumbling on air because I was like, you fucking idiot. Yeah, but it's okay.
Tweezer reprise, Harpua after midnight. I mean, first of all, have they played Harpua since then? I guess probably.
Yeah.
But not a lot.
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Keyboard Army, your pet cat, once in a lifetime. United we stand. Jeez. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, really can't get much better.
Truly a vibes moment. Like the peak vibes moment from the band, coming off of one of their best tours that they've ever played. They felt it as much as we did. You're forgiven for not shouting out the first landlady since December 3rd, 1994.
Yeah.
The first birdwatcher. The first birdwatcher since June 28th, 2012. First Keyboard Army since December 14th, 1995. And the first Once in a Lifetime since October 31st, 1996. And also, you're forgiven for not shouting out. We just talked about this movie on Blockbuster Card. The Down with Disease with Katy Perry's Fireworks Jam at the, in the middle of it is some of my favorite shit in the world. I'm so here for this show.
Oh my God.
I'm just glad you took it.
You love it now that RJ's drafting it, but when I draft
I have a very sentimental relationship with this show. If you really want to know, I was couch touring at home, and I thought I had like a month and a half left of not having kids, and then my son decided to be born 1 weekend later. This was the last evening of like, I'll have another beer at 11:30. Brian's life. Just amazing stuff. And I actually fell asleep for a little bit on the couch during the like end of set 2. And I woke up to the end of Tweezer Reprise. And I remember being like, shit, I missed the whole encore. And then they started Harpua. And
it's an amazing show. It's so sentimental and it's beautiful. That's why I drafted it and was made fun of you guys for it. But here it is, RJ's pick, and it's amazing. RJ, what a great pick. Sentimental pick for Brian. He loves that you picked it. Good job.
Thank you.
Great pick.
Thank you.
And
Thank
great,
you so much.
Great call from our audience out here calling for a Catapult Rushmore. It's coming.
Yeah, that's fun.
2026, we're coming back with more Rushmores, and Catapult will be on the 2026 list. I can promise you all that. Mark it down.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to leave the Thursday show. So I'll draft a Friday show, although neither matters because you guys can't take any more wild cards. So now we're just talking. I'm talking to myself, which is always good.
We're just chilling.
I guess for my Friday show, I think I'm going to take 9216 as my Friday show because the other option is 9211, which I don't like as much as 9216. I don't think 9211 is as good of a show as it's rated, but you guys can at all of us, please, and tell me why that's wrong. But I'm going to take 9216 as my Friday show. I like how the second set kind of unfolds in a slightly atypical way. I don't know, Brian, you were at the show. You tell me if that's what happened. But like opening with Antelope is kind of is an interesting move in this day and age. Although it's not this day and age, I guess it was almost 10 years ago. But there's some really good. I think that like from Seven Below onward is a really interesting and pretty cool like third and fourth quarter. I don't know if the Antelope counts, but you also have a No Men in set 1 that is. I don't know. Trey is like kind of on the show like the whole time, which I think is always fun. So I'm going 9216.
Nice.
I was not at this show.
Oh fuck.
I was supposed to be at this show.
How are we going to know if it was good or not?
Well, this was a great show. I was supposed to be at this run, and I had to sell my tickets 3 days before because family health shit came up.
Yeah.
And which was crazy because I was planning to go to this whole run the entire summer. It was going to be we were going to move to Denver. We were living in Maryland at the time.
That was the summer that you were going to move to Denver.
I was about to move to Denver,
Wow.
and I was going to these shows. My wife said, "Why don't you go out? You need a weekend off. Go to these shows and then find us a house to live in. That's the one thing you have to do while you're there." So I was going to go out on a Wednesday. I was going to spend 2 days hiking and looking for rental properties. And then on Tuesday, we got some really bad news. I posted on Cash or Trade, which, I wouldn't do again, but I posted, I had tickets, and I was selling them for face value. I didn't want to fuck them over. I needed all the good karma I could get. So I posted them, and I got like 7,000 emails in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I just picked the first person, and I wrote this person an email. I said, "Hey, look, I just want to be very, very straight with you. My whole life just took like a pretty like insane turn. This is why I'm selling these tickets. I just want you to take them and like have as much fun as you're gonna have. Like put as much good energy in the world as possible going to these shows." And this person wrote back, and like we had like a great back and forth, which I really needed at that moment in time. And then these shows happened, and this show fucking ruled. And I was like, God damn it. Not only this, but also they're playing like one of the most hypnotic No Man's Lands ever, which I would personally take over 9/1/17. But hey,
I knew it was coming. I just knew it.
I do want to just add, I want to give a quick shout out to my good friend, Sam Timberg, who we were traveling out to Denver to see these shows together. And I had to break the news to him. I couldn't go. He went. As he was going into the show, I hope I'm not going to say too many specifics, but he got a call with some very bad news himself. And his brother was like, "Why don't you just go to the show and then come back to Maryland tomorrow?" And he came back, and we actually watched 9/3/16 together as a result, because we were both like, neither one of us could be there. Let's hang out and do this. And now we've seen every Dick show together since 2017, because it's got that vibe. So great pick, RJ. I was not at this show though, so I can't tell you if it was
sorry for bringing that, making you tell that story, but
it's okay
for sharing.
So do you have anything else? Is there another show you have to pick?
Yeah, what's going on?
No.
You picked 9/2/16. What was you picked 9/6/15. That was a killer show. Great pick there, RJ.
Nice.
9/6/15. Whoever gets that in drafts should just automatically win.
So good. So good. Probably. I love this.
I agree.
I love this. All right, we gotta go. We gotta go through this. Come on, guys.
Because we apparently have another podcast to do.
Yeah, come on.
Always.
All right. The jams I can wait. I'm gonna take a Saturday show here. I just gotta pull up my notes one more time. I'm gonna stock up with a run that I would say musically surpassed 2012, even though I think 2012 is still the best Dick's run ever, and that is 2024. I'm going to take 8/31/2024. What do I say about this? This is my 100th show. So big vibes. This was my kids' first show.
Oh, yeah.
Even
That's
bigger
so
vibes.
Cool.
This show opens with an outstanding Type 2 46 Days. Really cool 18-minute Oblivion, an Axilla into a wild hypnotic gin. Second quarter's so just happens. And they come out for the second set and they play Loving Cup, but then we get a 25-minute Kill Little Falls into What's Going Through Your Mind, into Cross-Eyed and Painless, and then Split Open and Melt. And Trey was like, "Hey, we're playing with house money right now, so now's the time. Let's play fucking Monsters, baby!" Which was just kind of ridiculous. But they played Monsters and then Karini to close things out. I loved this show. I got to hang out watching the show. I was sitting in the aisle seat with my son on my lap while they were jamming out the Kill Devil Falls top 5 fish moment of all time. Kind of full circle from that 9/2/16 experience. Huge stuff. So 8/31/2024.
Awesome show.
Nice. Yeah, I think this one's really underrated too. I think it should be.
Yeah.
Should
I agree.
Should be higher. Should be higher than it is. Look at that. All right, Megan.
Meg, you're up.
Okay,
you got your last. Oh no, wait. Yeah, you got your last 2 picks.
My last 2 picks. Oh my God. Okay, the pressure. Okay. So I have to pick a Saturday show and a jam, right?
Yep.
I'm kind of torn between two Saturday shows. Okay. I think I know what I'm going to do. I am going to pick for my Saturday show 9/3/2016. Just think this is a really tightly played show. Great flow. We've got a slave opener, the first since 1989. Great Down with Disease in the first set. Awesome blaze on to simple, really big jams in the second set there. Trey, a Marimba Lumina and simple. A fantastic hood. But I think one thing that's so special about this show is how Mike finishes the Squirming Coil alone on stage in the encore. It's like the first time in Phish history this ever happened. And he's just killing it so hard that everybody just starts looking at him and decides that he gets to finish this. And I wasn't there, but I bet this moment was just unbelievable to watch on stage. And I think it's pretty cool.
Awesome show. This was our 40 for 40 2016 pick.
Are you serious? Yeah. I have like no memory of that. That's crazy. It's a great show. That's a little weird that I don't remember that.
Good for us. A good pick. Good pick by Megan. Good pick by us. Good pick by former us. We're doing great.
I remember everything.
You do. I know.
Including what shows you guys pick against me, you know?
Yeah. Never forget. Hashtag
never forget. Okay, I have the jam now, right?
Yep.
Let's hear it.
Okay. So I mean, I'm sorry to do this, but I don't know if Brian, maybe you didn't want me to do this, or maybe you wanted me to do this, but
just do it.
I have to pick the Dix Light from 2012. I mean, to me, this is
you have to.
They've ever played there.
No questions asked. You just have to.
I put it on our Mount Rushmore of light, and it's, to me, I've listened to it like 4 times this week at least. And
all time, yeah, I believe it.
I'm sorry, all time what? Can I just say my piece and then you can give me a hard time? Okay, Mr. Brinkman. Anyway, it's perfect. It's just an absolutely perfect jam. It has every section that I want it to. Any point in this jam, you could just stop and it sounds like they're playing a song. Like it sounds completely composed, and the peak is amazing. And I love this jam. So that's it.
Yeah, it's a good jam. That's why I chose the show. So I agree with you.
Thanks.
100%. I'm with you. 100, as the kids say.
100. Good stuff. 100. Good stuff. All right. You got anything else to say, Meg? Any other?
Well, I would say that you have had a lot of rounds if you wanted to pick this jam.
That's true.
Like a lot. A lot of rounds. Like this is my last.
I'm honestly okay with you picking it.
I didn't
it's
know
an amazing jam. It is an amazing moment. Like I said, it was, as a Cubs fan, it was the closest I ever came to a World Series win. So I'm really happy for you. I'm torn between 2 jams for my last pick. And I think I'm going to go with my heart on this one. As Forbin says, strategy, not so much, but man, does he know a lot. I know a lot. And one thing I do know is when to tell Trey from the stands to put his fucking guitar down after the end of this jam. Don't play Golgi Apparatus. Walk off the stage. It will be that much better. And that happened during this moment. If I can't have 831-12, I can at least have the 831-12 Undermine. Which is where to begin? What should we say about the Dix Undermine?
I mean, everyone's already said everything. I mean, you should say stuff too.
It caps off
RJ.
Not only the fuck you set from a spelling standpoint, but also the fuck you vibe that was emanating from the stage during that set. Seen a lot of really good Phish sets. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. You had crazy songs in Wild Places, You Enjoy Myself midway through the first set, an amazing Carini jam that sounds like 6 years ahead of its time. And then this Undermined that to that point in time, I think had only jammed once before. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was the Elements show, 8:15:11. And they had just enough time to throw a jam in there. I got a great sit-down interview with Jake Cohen about this jam in particular. You can hear it in season 3 of Undermine, the podcast, where we were talking about the jamming evolution in early 3.0, which, yes, Meg, there's a lot of great jams in early 3.0. It's a lot of like just amazing jams to check out in early 3.0. A lot of cool evolution that was happening. This is one of those, the woodblock that Fishman starts playing, and that Trey then responds to the tone of his guitar, and the fact that he built to this just stunning Went Gin like peak and had the wherewithal. I mean, they had to do it because of the gag, but had the wherewithal to take his guitar off at the end, those shimmering chords and like the white lights, just like, oh my God, I can still see it. And he took his guitar off, and I pulled out my phone to text like 1,600 people how it was the greatest set of my life. And I got one text from my brother-in-law that just said, "Fuck you," in all caps. And my response was, "It was a great show, but you don't have to yell at me. It was a great set, but you don't have to yell at me." And only then did I realize that they had actually, I had no idea that they were spelling something. I just completely forgotten. I'd gone into another dimension. I was so blown away by the overall music that was played during that set. So Dick's Undermine. I'll take that if I can't have 8:31:12. RJ, you're up.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. That was the whole point of this podcast, so Brian could talk about that set, and he got to do it.
Yeah, see, and I didn't Undermine.
One time.
I don't know. This is a hard one, but yeah. I guess I'll take 9/1/22 for my Thursday show. Hold on. Let me just Google it to see what they played, so I can tell you guys how good it was. Yep, Possum open set 2. The Howling. Yep, that's about it. You know, if it's a Possum opener, I'm in. Now the Ruby, I think there's a good Ruby Waves. I actually didn't listen back to it. I don't think. Maybe I listened to the Ruby Waves, but that's the one left, and so that's what we're doing. Thank you for listening.
Great Ruby Waves. Great Piper. Big Don't Doubt Me.
Yeah.
When that's a highlight, you know.
No one could ever forget the Don't Doubt Me. But that is actually, I remember that. It's like 12 or 13 minutes, right?
Yeah. Solid. Very solid.
Solid jam to close the show with the Piper. I mean, that's got to be worth something.
It is. It's not a bad show. It's uneven. It is like a lot of that 20 late
fucking howlings.
Yeah,
late 2022 Fish was a lot of like, wow, they can play like this, and then they choose to play like 45 minutes of trash. What is going on right now?
Yeah,
and that was like a lot of it.
Brian, can you please run down our picks so that we can wrap up and tell everyone how to give their feedback on our draft?
So Megan decided not to pick anything in this draft. Interesting strategy. No, I'm joking. It ends here, Meg. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Megan, Thursday night, 8/29/24. Apparently the best Thursday show that has ever been played. Friday night.
Yep, that's what I said.
2012. Saturday night, 9/3/16. Sunday night, 9/4/11. 3.0 wild card, 9/1/17. 4.0 wild card, 9/1/24. And jam wild card, 9/1/12 light. I went 8/31/2023 for my Thursday show, 8/30/24 for my Friday show, 8/31/24 for my Saturday show, 9/4/16 for my Sunday show, 8/31/18 for my 3.0 wild card, 9/5/21 for my 4.0 wild card, and 8/31/12 Undermine for my jam wild card. And RJ, Murderer's Row here, 9/1/22 for Thursday, 9/2/16 for Friday, Killer Show, 9-1-12 Saturday, great show. 9-2-12 Sunday. RJ is just like, hey, I'm going to take most of 2012 dicks, and you guys can all go fuck yourselves. 9-6-15 3.0 wild card, The Vibes, and 9-2-23 4.0 wild card. Because of Vibes and because of the Howling. And then the 8-31-13 Chalk Dust Torture as his jam wild card. I think we did a good job here. I am a little surprised that 9-2-22, 9-1-23, 9-3-22. Sorry, I'm almost done here. I'm just seeing what else hasn't been taken.
That one, I feel like I messed up not taking that one. 9-3-22.
That's an excellent second set.
Yeah,
I had an RJ experience after that where I posted a picture of my notes of that second set, and I said, this is one of the best sets I've ever seen. And the internet did not like that it was one of the best sets I've ever seen. And everyone yelled at me. And I was like, what do you want from me? It's one of. I didn't say it's the best. I said it's one of. What do y'all want from me? So and then 9-3-23. I'm really surprised RJ didn't take that as his Sunday show.
Thank you guys. It was so fun. This draft was so fun. It's like it was just so fun. I just had like so much fun, and it was just so great. So thank you guys for being here with us. It was so fun.
Oh my god!
So everything about it was just so fun.
No, it's not the origin story for the social media blackout. It just it was part. I was like, you know what? Fuck all you people. I don't need to hear anything from any of you anymore. Just my HF pod crew.
Well, okay. So we have wait, what? Is that true? No. What are we doing here? Never mind. I was gonna say something, but then the internet stopped working. So all right. So guys, we want you to vote on the Ghost Rushmore. You have to tell us your favorite ghosts of all time. That's at osirispod.com/Rushmore. And then are we putting the results of this out there? I guess we have to.
Yeah.
We have to.
osirispod.com/draft. Is that how you vote, RJ?
If I set it up, I might not.
She knows that link really, really well.
We only take votes there because you don't trust my social media or HF Pod's social media or any of the social medias anymore. So we only take it online. So only old school. You have to go to a website to vote on this draft. The kids would be horrified, but yes, keep it legit.
Yeah, that's fair.
I didn't realize that RJ had a lot of opinions about security of voting.
He won't he says I can't put them out I think you both have commented that if I put out votes on social media that it will affect my ability to win.
Hey man, I don't push my own drafts. I just let the people decide, you know.
But it is not
push your own drafts. I'm just like out there doing the thankless work of the HF Pod socials, and I get blamed for it.
I prepare, I draft, and I move on, you know.
Yeah, I know. It's nice if somebody else does the socials that you don't have to. It's nice.
I definitely did not say that, Megan. What I said was, which I'm happy to say what I actually said. If anyone cares, but once something's been said, it's sort of like it's already been said. So why bother? I said that it would be good to have all the votes in one place so we can see them. If that's not a legitimate reason for putting the votes somewhere, then we can do that. I mean, we can put them anywhere. I don't care. I mean, it's one less thing for me to do to not set up the redirect. Actually, you know what? We won't do it today for this one, just to see.
What do you mean?
We don't have to do it.
No, we're gonna all the votes are gonna be at osirispod.com/draft. That's the only place you can vote for the draft because I don't want to hear any nonsense about illegitimate.
She's already preparing for an illegitimate win. It's crazy. I've never heard anything like this. Actually, I've heard it from one person, but I'm surprised.
I'm just telling you.
She's already preparing for an illegitimate win. My goodness.
Yeah, we're not gonna do mail in.
No,
can't vote by mail anymore.
I am the one who wanted more access to voting. You are the ones who are taking it away. Let's just be clear here.
That's so true.
I'm just going to start counting all of the text message results that I get, because I do poll a few of our close friends. And
okay, well, I want to know what the results of that poll are.
I'll send you them all. I'll
Okay,
send
great.
you every single one of them. You can determine if you want to use it or not.
I'll ask RJ. He'll be the final choice about that. How about that?
I hope our listeners
Megan's going to appear on StreamYard in 10 days. We want all voting to stop. We don't want any more voting on the Dick's draft.
It's true.
Oh my God.
I hope everyone's just enjoying what this draft's all about, which is camaraderie and friendship and fun. Definitely what's really just driving us here at HF Pod. So we're gonna see you guys next week for our next episode of Rushmore. It's gonna be fantastic. So get out there and vote, everybody. But do it legally and do it safely. All right, we'll see you all next week.
Thanks, everybody.